All right. Good afternoon. This is WCN 17, your local news network. On today's news, butterflies. Why are they so cute?
They seem to have an effect on people.
Ha! There's a butterfly. Or at least the wings. Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys could be any type of insect, what would you be?
Spider.
That's an arachnid. but okay. This is an acceptable answer. What kind of spider would you be, sir?
He just wants to be left alone.
A smart one.
Well, all right.
Oh, I don't know. I like the tunnel spiders. It's pretty cool.
Tunnel spiders are pretty dope.
Really tempted to say stag beetle. But I also want to say dung beetle because I like to play with
Oh, God.
just to ruin someone's day.
Well, I guess that's not
Bro.
the worst thing that happens in bathrooms. Right, Chug?
Yeah. My favorite thing about the stag beetle is that like they'll climb up like a tree fighting other stag beetles to mate with a female, just slinging dudes off just to get to her, and then sometimes when he gets her, he slings her off too.
That's why I picked the stag beetle. It's on top of the tree and just
Climbs all the way.
now where's my mate?
Climbs all the way up. She's like, "I'm not in the mood." He's like, "Well then." She just fucking smash bros her way off the edge. KO. All right, stag beetle, spider. Or what about everybody else? Don't answer all at once.
Feel like I'm inclined to go butterfly because they are very pretty. Specifically, one second, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's the blue one.
The blue one, she says.
But don't you spend most of your life as a caterpillar?
Oh yeah, I die real fast.
Yep. Caterpillar, which anything in your mind is eat, and eat, and then you're a butterfly, and you're like, I need to have babies, and then you die.
The blue
I'm a beautiful
morpho.
butterfly.
But here's the reason why. Because that blue doesn't actually exist. It's actually more so clear, and it's got like these tubules in its wings. And the way that the light reflects off of the way the tubules are, it makes it look blue. So it's completely an illusion, and I think that's really cool.
It's pretty tubular.
There's no actual pigment.
Probably go bombardier beetle just so when I wanted people to leave me the fuck alone, I just blow them the hell up.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. What about you, Ooply?
Nope, never thought of it. Don't want to think about it. I hate insects. No, thank you.
Oh, well, damn. Not even for the fun of the exercise.
Mm-mm. I get goosebumps when I think about insects. So nothing.
Well,
Sorry.
I guess
Sorry.
that makes you a stink bug.
She's like, yeah, I'll be an insecticide.
Does it really
Yeah,
cute,
I'm the-
fluffy
I'm
moth?
the
That looks
ant on the
also
front of the
bad.
insecticide can.
You could do that.
I think I would choose a hummingbird moth. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of those, but their wings flutter like a hummingbird. They're about the size of a hummingbird. And I think it would just be pretty cool just to be flitting around some flowers and sticking my little proboscis straw into some nectar and sucking it up.
Meanwhile, you're being eaten by the goddamn spider that is. Sorry.
Hey, man. Life is life. It's a cycle.
See, Ooply, there are cute ones.
There are a bunch of tons of cute bugs. You ever seen a weevil?
I think
Those things are cute.
It's like
we played
like a
Grounded
little-
for a little while,
Yes.
and Chug had a weevil as a pet. And
Yeah,
then
they're
our force
adorable.
killed it.
Little guys, man. Just little
And then
little
we start
guys.
playing with him. Unrelated.
You know,
If somebody
I
killed my
also
Weed
now
I'd
think
stop playing with them too.
Dragonfly would have been cool.
Dragonfly would be cool. I mean, of course, like your mind is to go to like one of the cool ass like insects or like a brain mantis, like an assassin bug would be cool, just killing other bugs and wearing their body as armor. That'd be, of course that's cool. But nah, man, just want to be a moth, dude. Just
I just want to vibe.
floating around.
The one
just
that
wanna
I sent
vibe.
a picture of is the domestic silk moth.
There you go. And I just want to give my life to the light.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun. I'm sorry, brother, but I must give in to the light. Don't do it, brother. I must. Anywho, I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome to Disorderly Decisions, where we play D&D and the points don't matter. This is Reign of Storms, our Storm King's Thunder 5e playthrough. Sorry for the late start tonight, but why don't we begin with a recap and we'll get into tonight's session. Last time we had a battle on 3 fronts. We saw Ressig and Zurag teamed up with Bag of Nails versus 2 fire giants and a troll. We saw Adelaide and Millie in a situation left by Merc against multiple lizard folk as they tried to explain their way out of the disappearance of Ifran. And we saw Merc and Ifran battling it out as they hurtled through the astral sea. The battle went pretty well over in the Evermoors as Zurag and Ressig and crew fought against the onslaught of boulders being smashed into them until they were in melee range of the giants, where they brought them down with some well-placed swings. Bringing down the male fire giant relinquished a strange-looking rod as well as the mentioning of the name Duke Zalto, a name that you have yet to hear in your travels. The rod that you found was this large, very heavy adamantine steel rod that looked like it was a piece of something much larger. But what you had no idea or information about. Meanwhile, back over in Noanar's hold, Millie and Adelaide had persuaded their way out of combat, only to put themselves right back in combat as they exited the tent of Ifran, being brought towards the shaman of the lizard folks, and subsequently fought their way to escaping, battered and bruised, out to the forest, the high forest on the edge of town, where they hid down for a while and eventually made their way back into the inn through the back ways as the town dealt with a commotion of what had just unfurled. Meanwhile, in the astral plane, multiple portals were opening and allowing different entities from different planes to enter into the fray and batter both Ifran and Merc. Merc held his own against these supernatural forces, as well as Ifran dealing hefty amounts of damage to him with just a rock, before succumbing to his wounds and being taken out by Ifran.
Killed by a friend is different from being taken out by. The other guy knocked me out.
Correct. So, as that portal closed on the Astral Sea and we lost sight of Merc's body and Ifran, their destination unknown, to us and to the Hunt Lords, Millie and Adelaide were sneaking into the back doors of the White Hart Inn in Nonar's Hold to find a halfling woman singing merrily while she crafted together numerous baked goods. Discovering the two worn out from battle as well as traveling through the woods, she offered them hot cocoa and some pie. Sensing that there was something wrong, she wanted to offer a nice warming embrace, healed them of their wounds a bit before lizard folks appeared inside the main hall of the tavern, calling for the cleric, to which Wynn, our newest character, responded, leaving both Millie and Adelaide to have a moment to themselves as she went to address the commotion outside. While that commotion was happening, another commotion was happening over in the Evermores as the three over there attempted to camp down for the evening. Unnerving, loud roars echoed throughout the sky, traveling across the span of many miles, all seeming to originate from that floating, castle floating high above the Evermores. And that is where we left off. I think tonight we will start in the back room, or the kitchen rather, of the White Hart Inn. Millie and Adelaide, as you guys sit there sipping your cocoa and eating your pie, you feel the warmth of both concoctions giving you almost a bit of a hug from the inside, akin to a nice home-cooked meal after a long, hard day. You feel the warmness of the fire kind of resonating with the food as it enters into your belly. You can hear the muddled commotion from outside in the main room, but at the current moment, the area that you're in now is the quietest you've been encompassed by for quite some time. So as the two of you sit there, battered and bruised and dealing with the events that just occurred, I ask you two, what do you do?
Millie is gonna sit there, and she still has a little cocoa left. She's gonna kind of swirl it in the mug, and she's gonna look down on it and kind of reflect on, the situation. And basically, like, they've been through a lot. Zureg went down at some point. All the things that happened in Scholt. And then Merc just kamikazed himself, basically, into the astral sea. And Millie kind of knows what that means with the bag situation. So she's just kind of a little traumatized in a way. But kind of thinking on when she first met Merc, right? How he came up from behind when she had run past the giant after getting severely wounded. Comes up from behind and puts his strong hand on her shoulder with a with a lay on hands, and how it kind of felt like one of those strong embraces, right? Like when you get a big bear hug from versus when Wynn came and healed her, it was kind of like what Vader said earlier, kind of like a sweet embrace, right? So the feelings were much different, but it still gets you to the same place. So she kind of has this confliction with how Merc's not going to be that strong pillar now. And what happened at the camp. You know, Millie's not normally that quick to be aggressive, but she thought, like, well, Merc's not here anymore. All I have left right in my vicinity is Adelaide, and I can't afford to risk losing her too. So she obviously launched off her first fireball and then tried again, but I think something in the back of her mind held her back from being able to successfully launch off that second one. Because she really didn't want to have to hurt him. Because, you know, initially it seemed like things were going to be fine with being able to, you know, talk things through. And she's going to take the mug and basically chug the last little bit of hot chocolate, and she's going to stand up. She's going to look over at Adelaide, and she's going to say, I'm going to try something. I'll be right back. And she's going to follow Win to the front.
Adelaide would probably... Adelaide doesn't know what happened with the bag. She's probably in her mind looking at Millie and not really she's in her head. She's trying to think that she has to go back to the tent, find Merc or bring him back, and get our weapons. And we need to send it. So there's like so many things going in happening. She's thinking really fast, like 1,000 miles. She's thinking that we have to send a message to our other people that this happened. Merc disappeared. We gotta go find Merc. We still have to fend off these people that are going to attack us. And when Millie gets up to go after Win, she's gonna step in front of us like, no, you cannot go. I don't think they will. What are you trying to do? You cannot go in there.
Honestly, I just feel guilty. They're out there hurt because of us, really because of me. I set them on fire. A massive, massive fire. And, like, they seem like they're going to be reasonable.
I don't think they will ever be reasonable. They're not the kind of people who are reasonable. I cannot let you go out there. This is all because of me. It's not because of you.
They're reasonable and Chol.
Yeah, but these are not them.
They came from there. Their families are there.
Ifrin has brainwashed them. They're as ruthless as Ifrin. I cannot, in sound mind, let you go out there. Let's let it calm down a little bit, and then maybe we can talk to somebody. But right now, I think we should just lay low. Just you and I cannot.
What if healing them helps?
That will make them more healthy, and they will start attacking us. Let's just wait. I can't let you go out there.
I hear what you're saying. I'm really conflicted right now. There's so many things going on.
I know.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
This is how I've been feeling ever since we came across a friend. I'm sorry. This is not how I wanted this to happen. I was not thinking when I was dealing with Ifrin in my past life. But I cannot let you... let me go out. You stay here. I don't want you to get hurt. I could go heal. I'll go with Win. At least I can get out of there soon. I don't know. I just don't want you to get hurt.
I don't blame you for anything that's going on right now. I'm being honest, like, we all make mistakes in our past. It's not like we can't learn from them. It's just, if Ran was, as Merc said it, why couldn't he just be reasonable?
Well, he's not, as I said, he's not a reasonable person. He would not have done any of this if he was reasonable.
It was his pride that held him back in this case. And I think his brother's gonna definitely pay for it. I guess, how about this?
We have to go find him. I mean, Merc just disappeared. I have to go back to that tent and find him. I cannot just leave him there.
It'd be nice if we could. How about this? We'll wait by the door and we'll listen and we'll kind of like, poke our head through more or less and just see what's going on. And if things go south, we can help win. And if they seem all right, then we don't have to worry about it. That way, neither one of us are in danger, but we also don't make that sweet lady pay for something that we did.
Okay. That sounds fine, I guess.
So the two of you press your ears up against the door, and our camera follows through the crack out into the main hall, where when you have just stepped out to multiple lizard folk being laid on the table that have been hastily cleared. You see they are covered in burns. Their flesh is now boiling with blisters and exposed muscles. A horrible visage of those who have suffered severe burns. You see through pure tenacity that they attempt to push off those attempting to care for them. But it is clear that their wounds are severe, and without care, infection could take place, and they could succumb to their injuries.
Lynn is gonna do what all good doctors do first, and she's gonna try to just do like a triage real quick. Just who needs care immediately, who's beyond care, who could wait a couple minutes.
Yeah, you see two of the lizard folk are more injured than the other two. There's a total of 4 that have been brought forward. 2 of them seem like they have sustained not only burns, but other superficial wounds, such as like piercing. Looks like some of them were bit. Another one has like extensive bruising and even like shattered ribs. You can see like the arcane burns from where the impact of a certain spell has impacted into their skin. You can hear the wheezing breath coming from that one as he mutters through clenched teeth that they were attacked and that the people responsible for this had escaped into the forest.
Are there any like bigger Uthgard tribe members still left in here?
Yeah, there's quite a smattering of them. In fact, one of them that is present right now is a woman that you had come to know as Kara Bearclaw. She seems to be the leader, at least in title.
As she kind of marches in, Wynn will go, Miss Kara, can you just make sure your men keep this place locked down?
She looks at you and gives a affirmative nod, and some of the tavern patrons and even onlookers that have kind of spilled in, she begins to usher out, and some of the Uthgard that are there hop right to her side and kind of push them out to give space. And quickly the room quiets down from all the murmurs to just the pained groans and the hissing, like insults and like directions from these wounded lizard folk. They've done something with Ifran. We don't know where he is. We were bringing them to the shaman, and they attacked.
Hush now. I'm gonna need some cold water. And she calls over to like one of the guys. She even like snaps her fingers, like, do it. As she goes, I'm gonna go look after the really hurt ones. And she's gonna make her way over. And as she does, she kind of reaches up to her holy symbol of Ilmater, the pierced hand. We're gonna do a little channel divinity. Wait, what's it? It didn't. Uh-oh. Sorry, new character, so I have to this one.
No
So,
worries.
as she's kind of channeling this, she kind of swipes a mug, and it starts to fill with this like almost looks like a healing potion, but it has just like kind of this gentle aroma, almost like a sleeping tonic. And she's gonna go over the one that has like a wheeze. So she's gonna go, okay, now you're gonna drink up. She's gonna kind of climb up on the table because she's all of 2'8". She's gonna kind of tilt his head and try to pour it in.
He's reluctant at first, but one of the lizard folks standing by, kind of keeping him pressed on the table, gives him a stare, and the lizard folk reluctantly drinks the concoction that you've made.
Not a lot of healing, but probably enough to stabilize him.
You see he winces in pain as some of the broken ribs begin to mend themselves, and some of the burns begin to recede, and more of a raw pinkish flesh, not quite scaly, but almost like new flesh begins to show. You're quite confident with this that you at least brought him to a position where infection is no longer an issue, and that time or further healing methods should be able to take care of him.
Now, she's gonna kind of instruct the one holding him. Get a damp cloth. You're gonna keep it over these burn areas, okay? Don't put water on it. Just cold, damp cloth.
The lizard folk standing next to him nods in acknowledgement, grabs a cloth, dips it into a bowl of cool water, wrings it out, and begins to add it with slight light pressure to the wounded areas. As you go to step down towards the other one, that lizard folk that you just treated grabs your wrist. They must still be around. They wouldn't have gone far. This is their town. They'd want to keep it safe. We must form a hunting party. We must find them.
That ain't my job, hun. She kind of gestures. I just heal. I just fix you all up. I gotta
Let's
help
go.
your friend.
Lets go of your wrist and repeats it to the guy who's currently tending to him. You can hear him lightly state that they will, just soon after they make sure that these guys are okay.
When is gonna do it again? She can channel divinity. Fill up another mug. She's gonna bring
So
it to
as
the second most
Go ahead.
wounded one. Sorry, just repeating.
No, you're fine. You're fine. As you go up to each of these lizard folk, taking care of the most wounded first, and then getting your way down to those who are slightly less, you get a firsthand perspective of the injuries that they sustained. And you compare them to the injuries and the bruises and the condition that you saw the other two come in. And ultimately, it seems like these guys fared way worse. And it's the burns that you see and the pain, even as you're healing them, like the sounds of pain that you hear come from these lizard folk is almost staggering. You know, when you're burned, it's not just damage to the skin and the muscle, but it's damage to the nerves. You know, nerve endings are seared, and as you're healing them, those are starting to reform. And as that happens, you can almost sense like the type of person you are, how you're really in touch with other people's suffering and stuff like that. You can almost feel every nerve ending coming back and responding to that pain, even as you heal it. And it may be momentary, but it's almost like for that person, you can feel that it's stretched out for quite some time. And to see this type of damage, I have to say, it looks almost impossible just on your first meeting with the two who just came in. Like you have a sense for people, even upon first meeting them. But you know how to separate, your job from personal feelings as well. And you know that you don't have all the information. So judgment is not something that you are offering here.
I would imagine as those nerve endings are coming back, almost motherly, even though Wynn is rather young. She kind of, as they're groaning, she goes, "Now they're there. It's gonna hurt, and I'm sorry for that, but it means you get to keep the arm. It means you get to feel again, get to hold people again. Clutch onto that."
Yeah, as you're talking your way through this and reassuring them, there's moments where that cold reptilian look of just of a predator behind the eyes of the lizard folk soften, and they you don't see what's going on in their mind, but you would know, at least in your experience or what you've seen so far, is that they have a strong sense of camaraderie and community. That seems to be on showcase amongst the lizard folk and the Uthgard here. So it's something that you've kind of been thriving in since being here in Nonar's hold. In fact, this is your first sight of anything violent going on in this town. You hear them state that the two that attacked them were the Hunt Lords, or at least part of the Hunt Lords of this town. You would have come to know the Hunt Lords as people who overthrew the last Hunt Lords, who had kept this town in perpetual fear, as they were, ghostly whites, and they held hunts for not only just great beasts but people who partook in these hunts. A ghastly ritual that partook every night. So, do with that as you wish. You've probably been able to develop some sort of, picture in your mind of who these hunt lords might be, if they're the type of people to rid a town of ghostly apparitions that hunt every night.
It's shades of gray to win right now. I think she's just sad. It's sad. People are hurt, and it almost seems like for no good reason to her.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of look over her work, and she'll look at the caregiving lizard folks, the ones who are tending to their fallen brothers and sisters. She goes, "Y'all look after them. I'm gonna head to the back and get more supplies."
As you head back, Adelaide and Millie, you can hear that, and then you can hear, or at least feel, the soft footsteps of somebody approaching the door. And as you sit there and listen, the door swings open and you step back quickly so as to not get knocked in the face. But when you open the door to see Adelaide and Millie both standing there, now I want to say, with all this healing and stuff like that, a good hour has gone by.
If they were eating Wynn's food, they can choose to heal an additional amount of health. I will click the button. Bam. Heal additional D8 if you choose to. I think you just get additional D8. Oh no, if you spend a hit die. But regardless, Wynn will go. I think y'all owe me a bit of an explanation.
Do you have time for the long version, or do you want the short version?
Whichever version you need to say. Go take a seat. It's all right.
Can they help out there?
I think they're yes and no. I don't want tensions ratcheted back up, but I never said making things right is easy.
Never
I think
are.
with Kara there, I don't think we're gonna have a fight, but that's on you. I'll do my best to keep the peace, especially as this is, she gestures around to the baked goods, the normal things for merrymaking. She goes, "This is kind of my place of worship."
I can see how much love and attention and care you put into this place. Great. All right. So long
Thank you for
I guess.
healing them.
Wynn will nod. She goes, "Go ahead."
Long short version. Basically, Adelaide over here had a run-in with their leader a long time ago, where she incurred a debt, and their leader, Ephraim, was very insistent on getting paid. So we ran an errand for him, where we got teleported down to Chult. It was very different, very overwhelming. We found out that said errand could potentially cause the world to end, so we were like, well, maybe that's not the best option. His brother caused a bunch of chaos down there, so he was put on trial potentially going to be sentenced to death. We asked for a stay of execution, came up here, traveled back to Nonard's Hold, tried to have a conversation with Ephran, in which case he was saying how basically we owe a lot more, you guys will inherit her debt, that'll be on all of you, you jump, or I say jump, you say how high. And our other companion, whom is currently missing in action, went over to him, said something along the lines of needing to be more reasonable. They both disappeared. 2 of the lizard folk out there came in. They stabbed us. I said something about like how we don't really know what's going on. They were going to have us talk to, I guess, their shaman. They walked outside. Then, I guess they were a little jumpy. They stabbed us again when we, I guess, moved a way that they didn't like. So we fought back. And then we ran.
Hate to do this. Wynn is going to try to see if she catches any lies in this. $27 on the insight check, though I'm not sure why it says R1 equal R1. What?
Yeah, it's whatever. But
Do I have to roll
I mean,
something?
Are you telling the whole truth?
Yeah, if you're being truthful.
The only thing that might be misconstrued is they were a little jumpy and we moved the wrong way, which is technically not wrong. She transformed.
It's also not the whole truth.
Yeah, I will just make an open rule in here that you're definitely getting a half truth.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't come here to hurt anybody. We came here to tell a friend what happened when we went to Shoal, and we came here with some stuff to give him, but he didn't accept it. And here we are. We don't want to hurt anybody. We never wanted to. This is our town. We don't want to hurt the people here. It was just out of necessity that we had to attack them. And they were trying to take us to the shaman, and I know we knew that it wasn't gonna turn out well. And half of our party is not even here, and we just had to get out of there. It's just 2 of us against all of them.
Adelaide, your name, right?
Yes.
Wynn's gonna kind of gently approach Adelaide, and she's gonna go, I don't know your whole situation. I just know that she'll kind of gesture to the collar. I don't think that's right. But, and she'll point back to the door, I know that also ain't right. I think, and I believe this really with all my heart, that if you guys go out there and try to make right, there's a chance for peace. And I think we always owe it to try to do that, to try to do what's right. If they want to start, well, I'm saying you have a chance right now to go out there and make some peace.
I don't think so. I just heard they're sending out hunting parties to hunt the 2 of us.
Well, right now they're hurting. I'm saying right now you have a chance to stop all that.
They haven't sent it out yet. So maybe we can get ahead. Like she said, maybe if we can get ahead of it, we don't have to get hunted.
I'm not going to let anybody have a fight here. So this is your chance to talk. I'm asking you to try to give peace a chance. And I know that's hard. I know you guys have been through a lot.
Who do you think we should talk to? The bear claw lady?
I'm thinking that if you go out in that main room, like common room, and you explain yourselves Kara's people are there, and those lizard folk are there, the ones that are hurt, there's a chance for peace. They're not going to be happy with you. They're going to be aggressive. But Ilmater says you have to go with peace in your heart to make true peace, to make something last. I won't let them hurt you, I promise.
Well, I don't think he'll let us either. But Millie, what do you think? I know you wanted to do this from the beginning.
I don't like what happened, so I wanna help. That's all. You don't have to come out if you don't want to.
No,
But I know
I
that I
don't.
can help.
I don't mind going out there. I just don't want you to get hurt anymore. I don't want anybody to get hurt any more than they have already. So, yes, let's
The risk
try to
I'm willing
talk.
to take. So let's give it a go.
Sounds good. I'll follow your lead.
Wynn will nod. She goes, I think you guys are doing the right thing. Let me go. I'm going to get Miss Kara first. I'm going to explain the situation. I'm going to bring her back here. Is that all right?
Please do.
Fine.
We're actually a friend of a friend.
All right. Wynn will go back out, and try to grab Kara, just real quick, kind of subtly, but you know.
Yeah. You walk to the main hall, and you go outside where Kara and a couple of the youth guard are standing, still kind of making sure that nobody really crowds the room. But as you step out, you see that they are talking to a lizard folk woman who is adorned in different types of like totems and like bone necklaces and other trinkets. She is walked up, escorted by two other lizard folk, and she seems to be in conversation with Kara. She's asking about what is going on, the situation of the other lizard folk. Kara is explaining to them that the cleric inside is taking care of them, and you walk up at this moment.
I assume, like, kind of just knows, either has met her or at least has known that she's exists. She knows that that's the shaman, likely.
You have not met this shaman or even seen her, but clearly by what she is wearing, you can infer.
Miss Kara, if you got a minute, and Wynn will kind of give like a bow, not a full bow, but like an acknowledgement to the shaman. I saw to your boys. They're gonna be all right.
That is good to know. I'm glad that you were available. Thank you. Might I see to my men?
They're in the main room.
She will nod to both you and Kara and walk by with the two armed lizard folk adorning her side. She disappears inside. Kara looks down at you. She's huge compared to you.
Yeah. If I could take you to the back room real quick, I want to have a few words with you.
With me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything I need my men for?
If they can just keep people out, I think. We got wounded. Tension's high, I think.
Okay. You heard her. You all stay outside. I'll go inside. That's
Thank
for
you,
you, my friend.
And she heads back in.
As you walk in, you bypass the shaman woman, now overlooking her men. She's standing over the one that was more badly wounded that you saw to first. She's got her eyes closed and she's running her clawed hand along the length of his body, and you can see that there is like a green faint energy emitting from her hand. It doesn't look like it's healing or anything like that, but it does have some sort of almost like a scanning property, as if she's like x-raying or trying to divulge some information through primal sources. But you walk past, back into the back room where the other two are, with Kara. Kara sees you two, and she recognizes you both. What are you two doing back here?
Hi, Kara. Been a while.
Hello? It has. But
Oh,
honestly, not as long as I thought it would be.
kind of same. Thought we were going to be down there a while longer.
Well, we weren't expecting a word from a bird telling us that we had sanctuary. We expected to meet you guys on the battlefield, ready for war.
Bird's courtesy Adelaide.
Aye. Well, it seems like battle has found you both on the home front. Care to tell me what's going on?
Millie will very sheepishly look down and say, "What happened out there is kind of our fault." And then she'll kind of reiterate exactly what happened, the way that she's told Win. And then this time, she'll actually add in that Adelaide turned into a pretzel-octopus.
Turned into a pretzel. Quite astonishing. But Kara takes in the tale, and she sighs heavily at the end. Well, this puts us in even bigger predicament. You are our allies for helping us in the forests, but we had made allegiances with these lizard folk, allies as you told us to gather for our fight with Ragnar. And now it seems like two of our friends are battling.
Well,
Puts us at a position to take sides, you see.
We
Both
don't
would be a
want
detriment to lose.
see, what I was thinking was trying to go out and make amends by helping continue to heal the wounded. And then basically ask for forgiveness and try to make peace and move forward.
That would be a good start. What happened with Ifran? Where did he go?
Well,
you
through my
know?
studies of magic, when you take two objects that have access to another dimension, the astral plane, and you put them together, you get teleported there. Merc and Ifran were dragged into the astral sea. I don't know what happened after that.
I'm going to pretend like I understood anything that you just said there. Magic mumbo jumbo always gives me a headache.
Millie will hold up her hands. They were here, and then she'll like put her hand way away. And
I
now they're
gathered,
here.
I gathered the main points. Perhaps next time, disperse with the complexities. Either way, you owe an explanation to the lizard folk, who are now down a leader. I can offer a way of neutrality, as well as I'm sure our cleric here could do. Between the two parties, we do not need to be fighting. So I will offer my services in such a manner.
That
Going forward with the healing hand could open up communication. The shaman is here now, and as far as I see it, she is second in command. She'll want to know exactly what went down. Be honest with her.
Millie will nod.
She looks over at Adelaide. And maybe don't be turning into any pretzels.
If you want pretzels, I can bake some, but we
She
don't need
makes
anybody
fine
turning it
pretzels.
into one.
You should have her beer cheese. It's delicious. Well,
You have my word. I will not turn into a pretzel or turn anybody
Good.
else into a pretzel.
good. Well, now's a better time than any. Let's go. She'll grab a slice of pie off the table. I'm going to need this. And then she
Millie's
She
gonna
opens
follow so like really closely behind, like trying to almost hide behind her, but like have enough distance that it's not like weird.
yeah. So Kara leads the way. And you guys walk out there, single filed. And as soon as the injured lizard folk see that you're there, they immediately go to hop up. That's them. They are the ones who did this. And the shaman.
Hold on now. Wynn's gonna actually speak up. I just fixed y'all. Don't you be moving.
And the shaman reiterates this almost like on top of like what you're saying. You are in no condition to move right now. Is at the mercy of this cleric that you're even breathing. Sit down. I will deal with these two. She walks over a gnarled primal staff akin to the one that Adelaide currently wields. Well, actually wouldn't wield at this point, but has. But this one is more dinosaur themed, more fanged teeth and claws hanging from a staff that is topped with the top portion of a carnivore's skull. She slowly walks over, her green eyes flashing as she looks over to both of you. Hot Lords, last time we met, I sent you to Chult on an errand for Ifran. Now that you've returned, I see less of you than originally left, and we are sans our own leader. Please, regale me with the happenings of tonight's events. Where is Ifran?
Millie will like stop for a second. Do you want me to start with the regaling of the events, or just tell you where a friend is and then do that?
I would like to know all. As she smacks her staff down into the ground, and you guys feel a wave of magical energy wash over this room. She's casting Zone of Truth. Do you guys willingly fail, or do you choose to resist?
Willingly fail.
Yep.
You can see as she casts this, her eyes shut for a moment, and she lifts her head up and kind of sniffs the air and senses that you guys have willingly allowed yourself to be placed under the spell's effect. There. Now there shall be no secrets between us. Please, tell me everything. We did not even know you were back. So
Well, I
start
think
there.
Deep breath, and she's gonna just start ranting. So we went down to Cholt. We were attacked immediately when we got down there by some evil entity. I'm assuming we found out it was Rosnazi. She's like going ham. She's like, so he basically told us we weren't allowed to go into the forest. We went into the forest anyway. We found the Terror Claw tribe, but she'll like say that we were attacked by a Hydra, then the undead Hydra, and then the remnants of the other city. We made it to the Terror Claw tribe. We talked with them. We went through some sort of trial. We made a deal to go down to where Rosnazi was hiding. What was the city?
Omu.
Omu. We went to Omu. We had to fight Rosnazi. We went through a variety of different things. We wound up killing Rosnazi. Then there was a serpent lady that came in. I would remember her name, but I don't off the top of my head because it's been a while. Yeah. And she was trying to get us to overthrow via the dark entity that wasn't the sun tyrant, the night serpent. That was what it was. And Dendar, the night serpent. So we went and she died, courtesy of Merc attacking. And we were like, well, we can't have that. So then another Hydra comes bursting in, and then we had to kill that too. And then we left, and then we went back to the Terror Claw tribe, and we explained the situation. We got welcomed in. Millie will pull up the brand. She's like, we got welcomed to the tribe, and then we were celebrating that we got rid of Rosnazi, and then in the middle of the celebration, also would remember the name, but don't off the top of my head, Efran's brother ran off, and then we had to fly there with the High Seeress, and we had to bring him back in because we were trying to summon something, and we had to kill it down, and then we took him back, and then they were going to kill him, and there was a stay of execution because we asked them to, that we would come back and we would talk to Efran about the situation. We came back, we got teleported into not the exact area that we wanted to get teleported in, but that was fine. And then half of our parties stayed in
Calling horns.
And then they were helping with some sort of troll situation, and then the other half came here because we thought it would be more important to make sure that everybody was up to date as fast as possible, and we got to talk to a friend because we didn't want to have any problems because we know he knows exactly where she is, gesturing to the collar. So then we came back here and we went and we were looking for Efran. We went into the Coliseum. He wasn't there. We ran into 2 guards, gesturing over to the people on the tables. And then they told us that Efran was in his tent. We went back to the tent. We were talking. I thought things were going well. And then he's just like, well, you guys are all going to inherit the debt. And then Merc said something and then went up there, and then he took a bag of holding and he took a portable hole and then he stuck them together, and they're in the astral plane place. They're not here. And then they came in and then they stabbed us. And then I was trying to talk to, we were trying to say, hey, we don't really want to have to get stabbed right now. We don't want to fight. We just want to talk to somebody. And then we went out. And they were like, okay, sure, you can see you. And then we left, and then we they were apparently already ready for us. We were thinking oh shoot, this is going to end poorly because Fran's gone. And then she transformed into a pretzel octopus, and then they stabbed us, and then we were fighting because we didn't want to get stabbed anymore, and my friend is gone, and I don't know what to do. And then we ran. And now we went through the forest, and we were trying to avoid getting any problems. And then we went into the thing. We were looking for the youth guard. We found the youth guard. We found you. I'm sorry. I would like to help. I want to heal. I don't feel good about what happened. I panicked, and I'm sorry. Please let me help. I'm a really good healer, I promise.
That's what happened.
And Millie's hands are kind of shaking. So she's like, you can tell she's having a really hard time.
Millie just threw down this entire thing, the entirety of events, and Adelaide nods and goes, and that's what happened.
And Zurag died before we left. I brought him back, but he died. and then Millie's literally just you could tell she's borderline having a mental breakdown. Her hands are shaking, and she's just help.
The shaman can sense this. and she knows that you're being truthful. So she takes your hands and hers are cold and scaly. But she looks at you for a moment. Calm yourself, child. No need for hysterics. You say Ifran is no longer on this plane. Then we must search for him. Would you allow me a ritual?
Millie will nod.
She closes her eyes, and you can see her staff, which is now standing next to her, but on its own. The eye sockets of the skull begin to light up, and there's a swirling breeze that begins to pick up, and there is a green circle that opens up around you guys, and she sits there for about 10 minutes, muttering under her breath ancient words. Adelaide, you would recognize it as Druidic. And she seems to be reaching out to touch some sort of some lingering presence of Ifran. And after about 10-15 minutes, the magic subsides, the eyes of the staff fade, and she opens her eyes. It is true. Ifran no longer walks this plane. But he is alive elsewhere. So this is good news. She looks over her shoulder. Would those who are wounded by these two accept their healing here and now as repentance for their actions? Millie, roll me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
While Zone of Truth's up, Wynn's kind of sitting there next to Kara,
19.
and she'll look over and go, I always admired how you looked, Miss Kara. And then Wynn's cheeks will color, because she didn't mean to say that, but Zone of Truth forced her to.
Kara looks down at you and gives you a slight smile and a wink. The other lizard folks, now having heard the story and watching what the shaman just did, and almost in reverence of her position as now the de facto leader, kind of nod. And they accept healing, should you wish to continue on and give it to them.
Millie will walk over to, very sheepishly, to the most wounded one, and cast Cure Wounds at the 4th level.
Adelaide will go to the other one who's pretty hurt and cast Cure Wounds.
She'll go over to the next one that's wounded and Cure Wounds at the 3rd. I ran out of 4th level spots.
Wynn will think, maybe I should have started Beacon of Hope.
You absolutely could if you...
Yeah, she'll Beacon of Hope. Just to make them get the maximum effect of their spells.
Yeah, so Max... the air fills again with the warm smell of baked goods and just that homely feel, and these lizard folk get healed up for the maximum amount. You see what little bit that Wynn had already done completes, and you watch as new scales and flesh begin to grow, and the lizard folk look over their newly formed healed areas, and they kind of roll their shoulders and stuff like that, and one of them, the most injured one, who had taken the magic missiles, in direct range, like to the chest and body, as well as the fireball, looks at you, Millie, and is like, "It seems that we could have avoided everything if we just talked with the shaman. We were simply doing our job. Thank you for your healing, and my apologies for causing you injury as well."
I'm also sorry that that we hurt you. Glad I was able to help make it right. There was only the 3 that were injured, right? The 4th one was just carrying him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the 4th one got a little fudged up, but
Let's
he
throw
was
one on him, too.
less. Yeah, he was less. And he's like, "What about me?
I have a 2.
I will. How you doing?
I've got a sunburn."
He's just missing an arm.
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
Now you get the actual heal spell on you. You know, we'll full
Yeah.
send there.
Too bad it doesn't replace limbs. But yeah, after this moment of healing and stuff, the shaman kind of breathes heavily and walks over to Adelaide. "You are all accepted into the Terrorclaw tribe, were you not? You each bear a brand."
Yeah, we were.
"In
I'll
our
show her.
tribe," she'll look at it and nod. "In our tribe, we have a way that things are done. When two parties have differences, they are often settled with a battle. The victor claims all rights to whatever was squabbled about. In this case, your freedom seems to have been the ante. Ifran is gone, and you still remain. While he is alive, I do believe that being on a different plane of existence can be conceived as a defeat. So allow me to remove your binds as another show of thanks in extending a healing hand to broker peace. I know it must have been hard." And she extends her hand out. There's a wave of magic from her palm, flash of green, and then that collar falls off, thuds into the ground.
I appreciate your help. And going forward, I myself will promise that I will do anything to help in any way the tribe. But I know you've done a lot. This is kind of all my fault to begin with. But my friend, oh my God, I forgot his name.
Merc.
Not a very good friend.
No,
I've only known him for like a week.
Not
Not
she ain't
Merc,
talking about
Merc.
you either, Merc.
yeah,
Randall.
not sorry, Randall. That's the name. Can he be free as well? Because we both were taken in for the same reason. It's a lot to ask, but he will be helpful without a collar. He'll be more helpful without his collar and doing what Ifrin was making him do.
She looks for a moment. She seems confused by the request. I was under the assumption that it was one of you who owed Ifran a debt. You say we have this person in chains at this moment.
Well, last I've seen him, he was in a cage in Ifrin's tent. And he also had the same kind of collar on him.
Did you see him when you were last in Ifran's tent?
I don't think I did. I asked whether he was there. Was he there?
You think about it and you don't remember seeing him. The cage was there, but it was empty. Why don't you give me a retroactive perception check?
While that's rolling, Wynn goes, "Oh, you dropped this," and puts the collar back on.
New collar, new master.
You gotta keep your outfit together.
15.
15. As the portal to the astral sea was being ripped open, and Merc and Ifran were being pulled inside, you can almost remember seeing a similar collar fly into the portal, but you can't be quite sure.
You mean like just the collar?
Just the collar. The shaman looks at you. If we have this person in our custody, he may be released. I have no volition to keep living beings, sentient beings, as property. In fact, I constantly reminded Ifran of his divergence from the old ways. Perhaps this was a sign that I was right. We will check on this friend of yours, and should we be able to, we shall release him. And I think our business will conclude there. Kara, you had a deal with Ifran that we will continue to honor. But as of the next dawn, we will make way for our home. I tire of the cold. Kara looks and she nods. As long as you're willing to give us some of those scaled beasts you have to fight, feel free to do whatever you like. Shaman nods. Well, this night has taken a turn, that's for sure. But perhaps we can end it on a better note. We were celebrating, after all. People were having a good time.
Wynn will smile at that, but she also will reach up with like her handkerchief and she's like dabbing her eyes because she's crying because this is a beautiful moment of peace. She goes, yeah, let's and she's gonna gesture to the table in front of her, bringing her hands wide, loses her accent for a moment. She gestures, and 45 pounds of delicious, noted because of Festus domain, food and drink appears on all the tables. On top of the injured.
And imagine they'd be.
Yeah, they're all like standing, and as the food and the drink now adorn the long table,
Prestige changed to clean the table before that happened.
sterilizing and whatnot. You guys sit down. Kara and her Uthgard on one portion on the same side as Millie and Adelaide and Wynn, and then directly across from them is the shaman and the other lizard folk. And you guys partake in a feast to commemorate a moment of peace being brokered, and maybe collective sigh of relief that at least this matter has been dealt with for the moment.
Adelaide,
Good.
Adelaide will go to Millie and give her like a big hug and say, thank you for speaking to these people. Thank you for sticking with me. I know we lost Mark. You almost lost Surag. Do all this craziness. But thank you for staying. And sticking.
Millie will give really big hug back and tell her anytime, because at this point we're sisters. That's what you do.
Thank you. And she will turn to Wynn too and be like, thank you for speaking on behalf of us. And
I just gave you all a
maybe
chance.
Thank you.
You took the step.
And thank you for this delicious food. I still don't know how to get my healing done, but I will figure it out. But thank you very much.
Millie, once this portion's done, we'll walk over to the shaman and say, I know you said you're going to head back, but anytime you find yourself here, you'll have a place to stay. And if you need anything, let us know. I told the Terraclaw tribe the same. And if I may, I have one other request. We had left our weapons outside of the tent, and our companion, Merc, left one of his belongings in the tent, and I would like to retrieve it.
Perhaps in the future, when it isn't so blasted cold, we may venture back this way. But I prefer the warm jungles of Chult, so don't hold your breath. As for your belongings, they are yours. You may retrieve them at your earliest convenience. May they carry you strongly into your future endeavors.
Thank you. Mila will extend a hand.
She'll extend one back, shake your hand, and with her entourage, she walks back towards the lizard folk encampment. And I think we'll pull away from that scene over to the Evermores, where while all this is happening, Zurag, Ressig, and Bag of Nails trying to figure out what that hollerin's all about as it echoes through the night sky. The fire crackles lightly. More embers and coals than anything, but just enough to give you guys a modicum of light and warmth as the ground around you now begins to frost over as the night passes on. You've just now really settled down from the battle that you had. Your muscles are strained not only from receiving a pummeling, but also dragging this 100-pound, 4-foot-long rod with you. With the dispatching of the fire giants, you believe that you have found the cause of the trolls' disarray. But as you sit around the fire with each other, you can hear that roar echoing throughout the night sky. It's faint when it reaches you, but it's still present enough to send shivers down your spine. What do you guys do? What do you say?
We can tell it's distance then, right? It's not like close.
It's very
Right
distant.
next to...
Yeah, very distant. And although it's like, traveling across that distance, you can tell that it's not originating from the ground, but rather coming from the sky, almost like a thunderclap would sound.
Does it appear to be shifting? Can we tell if it's coming from the exact same direction every time, or is it moving as it makes the noise?
While it is sound and it is echoing, it does seem to kind of bounce off trees and hills and stuff around, but it does seem to be focused from a certain direction.
Okay, so if it is moving, it's not moving much or noticeable.
Right.
Fire giants. Whatever this roaring thing, another floating thing in the sky. Why giants? Why again? Should stay in no one's hole and just have some peace. Would've been nice.
I don't know how long I'd stay in Nonar's hold. I mean, we have other obligations, that's for sure.
Just a day where we don't have to do anything would be nice. I know we have obligations. To help you try. These lizard folk. Have to tell. I don't know if I should tell her, but I think I should tell my sister that Ressig is dead. Gone.
Sylvan. Apparently, no one can hear you on the stream.
Oh, wonderful. Like, low or not at all? Low or not at all?
They
You're
said can't hear
extremely
Sylvan
low.
at all.
Is this better?
You have to keep speaking.
Well, I will speak a little bit until I get some kind of notice as to whether or not I can be heard or not. Or am I too loud?
It's low now.
Low now? The microphone is in my face, and it is turned up as loud as possible, so I have no idea what the hell.
Okay.
What are your
Settings on
levels like on Discord? Yeah, or OBS?
Because it doesn't. Yeah, my mic comes straight through Discord. It is turned up all the way, as is the volume control that the microphone itself has. Let me try something. Yeah.
That's better.
Does this make it better? Also?
It's better. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I don't know why it would do that, but I guess
Yeah,
I'll just
I don't
talk
think the
louder.
video had anything to do with it.
I can talk louder, but generally I get
That
told
works.
I'm too loud.
We didn't want your the recording to be messed up.
That's true. Well, we hope your tribe, after we free Nonar's hold of this pestilence that it has, Efren and his little menagerie of monsters. We should make our way to Silvery Moon, then. Millie had something to do there. Maybe we can get some people to help with your tribe.
Yeah, that would be good. We don't even know. Hopefully they made it there safe or got the message.
Well, I think they said they were going to send us a little messenger creature if things went totally bad, so no news is good news, I guess.
All right, let's hope.
Well, we'll see. Huh?
And as far as telling your sister that Ressig's gone, I don't think you should do that. Your body might be gone, but you're still you.
Am I? She left a fresh-faced knucklehead kid. What have I done since?
Now you might have more in common.
She was a genius. I just swing a sword.
I can't even swing a sword properly. I have to use this big ass thing.
You do it.
You have a finesse.
You do it quite well. I think you're. It might not be a sword, but that axe has certainly done great things to keep us out of some trouble. Whereas my mouth has got us into some trouble, so.
Sometimes you need that, though.
Well, hopefully everything's okay. With that sound, I don't know how well we'll be able to sleep. You should try and get some rest. I'll keep watch for a while.
Is it just a... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is it just a constant, like, screaming, or is it, like, on and off? And
There's pauses in
Like a what?
between.
I guess we could ask Bag of Nails if he heard this before we had gotten here.
No, first time hearing it. Sounds like something's in trouble, though. I've heard beasts that have been in traps sometimes wail like that. It's usually not a good sign. If a prey's kind of trap, wailing like that, it attracts predators. And judging by the sound of that, I'd hate to see what's a predator to it. Sounds far, but sounds large.
Possibly even bigger than those giants we just fought.
Well, if it's a beast, I'm gonna hunt it.
By yourself?
If I have to. That's the way I like to work.
You know, you impress me, Bag of Nails. You're crazy.
I know it.
You're crazy as a rat in a tin shithouse, but somehow you're a good person.
I'm just pretty badass. I do what I do, and I do it well. I wouldn't have even been seen by those giants if it wasn't for you. Clopping around, both of you.
Oh, that was actually just me. Sorry, Dad.
Shut up. I'm yelling at you. I'm yelling at the both of you.
I was
It's a
quiet.
lesson you learn.
What if you come with us? Back to Noanar's hold. We'll get Adelaide, Merc, and Millie. We have to come back this way anyway.
Who?
Jerk, Billy, and Dinosaur Lady.
Oh, those folks. I thought they died a long time ago.
Oh no, they went on ahead. We just stuck behind because the town was wondering about the trolls. But we're going to be coming back
You
this
leave-
way soon.
You leave Bag of Nails' vision, you're dead.
I don't have object permanence.
It's usually established around,
Who said that? He's looking the other way.
very young child age.
I've lived many lives. You don't know my tale.
Your tail's right there.
What?
It's right there behind you.
Perhaps this is a good time to tell us.
Maybe another time. We should get rest. We don't want anything sneaking up on us.
We'll take the first watch.
Can anything even sneak up on you?
Not anything living.
And if it manages to do it, not for long. Right? You
You're
make sure
damn
of that?
right. There was one time these beasties came into my hideout in Omu, and I shot the hell out of them. And I said, "Take that, beasties. You'll never take me alive." They turned out to be okay. I wonder what those kids are up to.
I mean, if they manage to survive an attack by you, they must be great and powerful people.
I doubt it. They're probably dead by now.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Get some sleep, old
we'll never
timer.
know. What are you calling old?
You-
I'm spry.
Yeah,
kick
you
your
look
ass
like
right
a young
here.
man.
You're damn right. I still got it.
Can you tell if it's going to rain tomorrow? Does your hip hurt?
Does your hip hurt? Cause you're an idiot and got hit by rocks?
Yep, mine does.
Me too.
Yeah, well, go to bed then. It's gonna rain. And I can tell that because there's fucking clouds in the sky.
Well, I'll keep an eye out. You get some sleep.
He's asleep.
Immediately just rolls over.
He's that level old that he just like turning off light switch, and the coin.
You wouldn't know
pulls
because
to
his
wake up
eye. You
tomorrow.
wouldn't know because his eyes are wide open, but he's like,
Oh God. That's
Staring
I
at
Yeah.
love
it.
this character.
Bag of nails should be just you roll a d100 every night. Lower than a 50 doesn't wake up.
That's too 50-50 for us.
That's not that's he will die the first night we try that. We do not roll well for things like that.
I'm not gonna let Bag of Nails be killed in his sleep. He's gonna go out gloriously.
It's the likelihood that we wake up in the morning and he's not there.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out
can't,
first.
can't do Nixie's grandpa like that.
To
Well.
sidebar real quick. Wynn would have asked y'all if she needed to prepare a spell in the morning for reaching out to your friends.
We don't have to send a messenger bird?
You don't have to send a messenger bird if you have a cleric. No. Adelaide's
have the
like,
number?
slap something. My job's done here.
We got somebody
And
who
that
can
frees up a
got
spell
somebody
slot.
got somebody who can heal, got somebody who can communicate over great distance. No more. I bet you when you wake up in the morning, all those healing spells in Adelaide's prepared list are gone. She might keep
I
healing
only
word
know
just to like,
violence,
Tell
Nancy.
Saffron and be like, fuck all this healing. Bye.
might keep healing word just because it's something to do with a bonus action.
Peace,
I'll just stop.
another.
Just stop right here.
All right. Well, is there anything that either group would like to do before settling in for the night?
As I'm on watch, I'm still going to continue to work on the flail snail shell and try and figure out a way to make it incorporate it into the shield I already have.
Okay.
Adelaide will probably head to the tent. She will let Millie know, I'm gonna go to the tent and pick up our stuff. Why don't you rest? I'll go and grab him. So she'll go to the tent to see if there's any kind of sign of Randall, and then to grab all our stuff, and then Merc's little trinket.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Millie would probably actually go with you to the tent to pick up that.
That's a natural one.
Can't find the tent.
Can't
Millie's
find the
gonna
tent.
probably go with you to check for that.
Yeah. Then burn to
actually,
the ground.
The tent is
Here's what
no
happens.
tent.
You walk over where the tent was, and it's cinders, completely burnt down. So you have to kind of sift through the ash and the remnants of what couldn't have been consumed before the fire was put out. And you do not see any signs of Randall. The only thing you see glinting in the moonlight is Merc's religious insignia.
Probably grab that.
Your weapons are there as well.
And she'll probably head to the keep after that. If Millie's coming.
She would definitely. She'd be thinking about that almost nonstop. Probably,
Yeah.
just for the sake of doing it, she'd probably do an Arcana check when she was there. 20, dirty 20.
What are you trying to
Just to
discern?
see like what might have happened, like other than like just that. Like, is there anything else that would happen in that vicinity? More or less, like, did something pop back?
The only thing you really sense is just that, like, lingering arcane, like, field. Where that portal opened, it's almost like a palpable film in the air. And you can pass your hand through it and all that stuff. But other than that, there's nothing akin or attached to the Astral Sea or Ifran or Merc.
Before we go to bed, not only is Millie gonna do her nightly routine with Jade Charmer and stuff, but before we level up, Millie's gonna cast divination because I have the incense for it.
Okay. So you go back to the keep. Jeeves is already asleep, passed out drunk in the stable. And you walk past him. He toots as he rolls over. And you guys go to your room and paint the scene for us, Millie.
Yeah, Millie's gonna grab. She found like a handful of like different objects that she could stick the incense in around the keep as they were cleaning initially, and she brought them into her room just in case she needed them. And she's gonna set them out, and then she's gonna stick an incense and eat one of them. And then she's just gonna kind of use. It's not actually gonna be a firebolt, but you know she's gonna put like a little bit of heat in her fingertips, and she's gonna light each one of the incense. And she'll take out the little pouch of the dragon bones that she's been keeping and kind of shake them like dice and toss them on the table in front of her. And she's gonna ask if we go to Silvery Moon, will we find any information about my mother?
Okay. There is a moment of just calm as the wisp of incense swirl into the air. You close your eyes, focusing on this question. And the feeling you get is of uncertainty. You feel yourself being pulled in many, many directions. And you watch as some of this incense burns faster than others. And it seems that each wisp is going in different directions as well. So it's almost as if to say that it's possible, depending on the path you take going forward. There's, incense is usually like a light, almost like grayish white burning type of smoke. And the one that seems to travel towards the direction of where Silvery Moon is seems to last the longest, but it also seems to turn very dark at moments. So you get the feeling that it's very possible that you will, but it may come at some sort of a cost. Whether that means personal cost or not, you can't be sure. And then the incense burns out.
Millie's gonna make sure that, they're not gonna catch fire again. She doesn't want to have anything else burn. And she's just gonna leave everything out the way it's at. Just kind of take in the smell of the incense and the feeling of being home, having like like that connection with the gods that she was able to harness while she was doing her divination. And honestly, she's just kind of hoping that if she leaves it out, it'll give her like some sort of feeling of closeness with her mother as she gets ready for bed and gets in.
You crawl into bed, close your eyes, and as you've drifted into sleep, you think about that warmness that you felt as you met Wynn and her magic was cast upon you. The food that you ate that was gifted to her. And it reminds you deeply of home. And your subconscious mind travels to that as you drift off into sleep. And as you feel that warmthness kind of lay over you, one of the incense alights, and a wisp of white, pure white smoke swirls up and almost blankets you completely as you lay in your bed. And that warmthness doubles, and it's almost as if something is holding you while you sleep. And then a breeze of cold wind from the outside disperses that, and you wake up the next morning with a cold shiver. You all awake the next morning, feeling stronger for enduring the events in Chult. You may click that long rest button, adhering to our long rest rules of regaining hit die and all that fun stuff. But as you feel the strength renewed in you as rest gives you, I officially welcome you to level 9.
Ooh.
Zurak has died in his sleep.
Shit!
And the axe.
Too many rocks.
His bag of nails, right?
Is gone.
Yeah.
The axe has disappeared as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Roll up a new character. Cannot be.
The axe is gone. Bag of nails has absconded with it. There's a note pinned to Zurak's chest, like, "You'll never take me alive!" Written in that exact voice.
Written in that voice. Oh, man.
The font says it all.
Yeah. It's all in caps. It's
A little bit
italicized
shaky.
for some reason. Yeah. Did he write this in wingdings? What the hell?
When did
Nice.
take a single hit?
I assume Wynn would be
Gee, I
staying
wonder
at the
why.
inn. So, yeah.
Well, actually, to answer your question, I believe last night Adelaide offered her a job.
Well, in the event that you didn't want to stay in the inn, or like we would probably offer if you wanted to stay with us, or you choose to stay in the inn.
I will tell you guys now, you wake up to smelling baked goods.
So you are in the keep with us? Is that what's happening?
She's in the kitchen.
You guys wake up to this good smelling food, but you also wake up to shouts from Jeeves like, "Who are you and what are you doing in here? Trespasser!"
Wynn is going to hold up a spoon with like oatmeal, like cinnamon oatmeal, and go, try this. Take a bite.
He's got like a spider leg. He's like, no, you won't poison me. You won't poison me. Get your side. And then he gets it shoved into his mouth. He's like talking through it. He's like, you oh. That's
why are you gonna take a seat? Here, I'll get you a bowl.
I get to eat.
Of course you get to eat, hon.
The last Hunt Lords didn't feed me. I had to feed myself.
Millie will walk in disheveled, bedhead.
Oh, my lady, I was not talking ill of you.
I've offered you food. I don't even know how many times.
I don't remember. It is good to see you back here at home. I have cleaned the place. The cube is still loose.
I thought we kept in that room.
I opened the door. I forgot. You can't see it when it's not moving. So just careful. It might be around.
Okay. Well, that's going to be future Millie's problem. And she sits down and grabs, I assume, Wind-made bacon. Takes a piece of bacon and just shoves it in her mouth.
There's bacon, there's bagels, there's oatmeal, there's pancakes, there's crepes.
Millie will also be like, also Jeeves, this is Win. She's alright. Don't be mean to her.
I thought she was a trespasser. I was going to stab her.
Nope, she's a welcome member of the keep now. Treat her as you would treat us.
Okay. You put stuff away.
Mr. Jeeves, do you like sausage? Got some sausage in the pan here.
What kind of question is that? Everybody likes sausage.
When we'll, kind of drop a link on his plate.
He stabs it with a knife. Bites it, still kind of cutting eyes that Win. I don't know about that one. But she makes a good sausage.
Miss Millie.
Good morning.
You
Yes?
said you needed to reach your friends?
Yes. And you said something about being able to do that.
Well, I'm gonna need their name.
Well, we've got
full name.
Zurag Sunhammer or Resic Moonstep. Or Bag of Nails, but we probably shouldn't contact him first.
Contact Bag of Nails is what I'm hearing.
Let's do
Hello? I haven't heard the voices in my head for quite some time. How are you?
He used all his words already.
Sending round 2. Contact somebody else.
She goes, well, Ressig. That sounds Ressig and Moonstep. That sounds familiar. I'll send to them. What should I tell them?
Ifran's not a problem. Merc's gone.
Ifran's not a problem. Merc's gone. This is Win. You don't know me, but I'm with your friend Millie. They're at the keep. You should know that. If you guys get here soon, well, I have pie in the oven.
I love her.
So from a dead sleep,
You're mood.
Ressick, you hear this stranger's voice in your head.
Resic would probably be up, but just early morning trying to put together something, scraping together some of their shitty ass rations. Motherfucker, I just want a good, warm, hot breakfast. Hello?
Hello.
You're with Millie? And Adelaide's okay? What do you mean Merc's gone?
Don't say that.
Yes. Yes, he did.
So Ifrin's gone.
No, he said Ifrin's not a problem and Merc's gone. Yes.
Rewind the tape.
Rewind the
Yeah,
tape.
dude.
That was the first thing I said. I said, if Rand's not a problem, or if Rand's, not a problem, Merc's gone.
And I'm confused. And then that's the last of it. And meanwhile, now Resic is sitting there confused, eating some shitty ass rations, going, they got fucking pie and we don't.
I'm making everybody breakfast burritos.
Why'd your face look like that? You gonna eat that? I like hardtack.
You can have all
You don't have
want.
any teeth.
You can have all you want.
That's why I like it.
You can gum it until it goes down smooth, because it's all we have at this point in time. Somebody named Win just spoke in my brain.
When?
Yeah, Win. I don't know
Who?
anyone named Win. I don't know. Somebody named Win
Where?
contacted me. Apparently, they're in Noanar's hold with Millie. And Ifrin's gone. And Merc's gone. And they have pie. So
You mean
we're...
Merc's gone?
If Rand's not a problem.
Yeah, Ifrin's not a problem and Merc's gone. And they have pie. I don't know.
Fuck it. Now look, I know my first message was probably confusing, so I'm gonna repeat myself. No, wait, hold up, Jeeves. I'm making the breakfast burritos right now.
Done. So done.
God damn, like just throws the hardtack down. God damn it. I don't know what this is. This magic eat stuff speaking in my brain. Apparently they're, well, other than Merc, apparently they're okay.
And now you're done too, because you just wasted your reply.
It's like just me talking to Zarag. You don't even get a reply. Well, here, bag of nails. Here's some hardtack. Gum to your heart's delight.
He picked up the stuff that you threw on the ground. I already got some.
Well, here's more. Just shoves a handful into his palm.
All right, well, when you're dying of starvation, don't come crawling old baggy.
We still have a
This is
lot.
my hardtack.
Well,
I don't know how you made it this far in life.
should we get going?
Who, me? Or this idiot giving away his rations?
Yes.
All right.
Just yes.
I don't know either. So what's the moves? What's shaking?
We're heading back to town, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that message was about. I'm more confused now than when we started.
At least we know
The
they made
food
it there,
tastes
okay?
like a 25, by the way.
It's a good damn breakfast.
This is the most awake you've ever seen Millie in the morning as she just consumes. This is more toward Adelaide and or Jeeves.
Coffee or cocoa, anybody?
If tea.
Coffee, please.
Win will kind of pull out some tea. She pulls up the mug. Live, laugh, love. She pours a cup of coffee. Starts brewing tea on the side.
Jeeves is like, what the hell did you just say? Pulls out the knife. You sure I don't need to kill her?
No, she's wonderful and I love her. I mean, I love her
better not
cooking.
see that
No,
in the
screw it.
kitchen.
I love you.
Jeeves goes into the kitchen. You just hear, ah! Oh, she carved it on the walls.
There is just random flower pictures put on the walls already. Little paw prints.
There's a hoof print framed per pony.
This is how Jeeves became the big bad.
Yep. It all started with that banner. Live, laugh, love, it said. And I decided from that day forward that I would do neither.
Like on two hooks, like a warrior's weapon, but it's not. It's a bread like paddle to pull the bread out of the oven. Is a paddle
Heel.
with engraved on it is stop hating, start baking.
Well, half of you have a great breakfast, while the other half of you suck on some hardtack as you make your way back to Calling Horns. As you arrive back in Calling Horns, you make your way back over to Tamerlane, who greets you fondly and asks you of your exploits.
Well, we did find something. Apparently there were fire giants, and I don't think the trolls really liked them very much. We got rid of a few, but this is a bigger problem than just the two of us can handle, so the two down might buy us a little time. There's also a flying castle that seems to be roaring all the time, and I had a message in my head from somebody I don't know, talking about people I do know. So, it's been a day.
All right. Well, that's great on one end and concerning on the other, and maybe just talk to somebody about those voices in your head. So fire giants, huh? Well, that'll definitely get the trolls stirring up. They hate fire.
Yeah. One of them talked about failing somebody named Duke Zalto. I don't know what that's about. Maybe send the word out.
Yeah, well, like I said the other day, we already planned on sending word out to one of the major cities to see if we can get a higher presence of guards out here. But at least for the current matter, or current moment rather, hopefully we won't have to deal with trolls attacking the town anymore. As far as floating castles and whatnot, we're not able to deal with that, so we'll have to push that onto somebody else's desk. But I suppose I owe you something, a reward of some sort. Now, things are a bit tight here as far as funds can be concerned, but I distinctly remember that you guys were headed that way towards Everland here soon, making your way by way of Silvery Moon. Well, vice versa, you'll be going to Silvery Moon by way of Everland. I mean to say you'll be passing through Everland.
Yep.
Well, if you still plan on doing that, take this, and she gives you a sealed letter. Get that, go over to the Danavar's house and look for the half-orc innkeeper there. Tell him I sent you and hand him that. They might be able to look out for you.
Thank you. And hopefully we can continue to assist each other, being small towns and pretty savage land.
Absolutely. I mean, we're neighbors after all, and you looked out for us, and Hell, now that the fog has lifted, so to speak, over Nonar's hold, I mean, I don't see why we can't start trading things in between.
Well, when we came here the first time, we did try to talk to a traveling merchant to see if he would come visit, but I don't think I made a good impression on him. He was kind of
But you
scary.
grab him by the boys too.
No,
See, it
I
doesn't
just-
work on everybody.
I just tried to convince him that Noanar's hold wasn't haunted anymore, and that it would be a good place to sell some wares, and that we would protect him on the way there, and I guess he didn't like my guarantees.
Well,
Oh,
it's dangerous times. People are scared, and you're well, you can be a presence. If
You
know what
didn't
I'm
use
saying.
your sexy face, did you?
oh no, I was very polite, and I guess he didn't believe me that the town wasn't haunted. I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Well, perhaps they'll come around, and they'll get a second chance to really see what's what. Tell you what, if any frightful looking merchants come through here, I'll make sure to send them that way.
If I remember correctly, he was an older gentleman. Not very old, but he was an older gentleman.
All right.
Human. Seemed like he was polite and friendly.
All right. Well, if I see any older, polite human merchants, I'll make sure to send them to Noanar's hold. And I mean, I'm sure they'll believe me that it's not haunted, because nobody has ever sent anybody to any place that's been haunted to be murdered at all.
I mean, exactly. Why would I try and convince him to come to Noanar's hold if it was haunted?
I know, right? Seems foolish.
Before we go, I believe that I don't know if our companion was able to pick up his stuff before he went, but I believe one of our companions went to the blacksmith and got some work done.
Yeah, the blacksmith that left for Noanar's hold a couple of days ago. Yeah, we spoke about that before.
Oh.
You'll probably find him on the trail. Should be headed back by now.
Okay, well, hopefully Merc was able to get his stuff. Oh, wait. And Resic just gets kind of quiet.
All right. Well, Tamerlane thanks you again, shakes each your hands, and goes off to do her duties for the day. What would you guys like to do next?
Did we left our horses in the town when we went back into the swamp, or did Millie and Adelaide?
Yeah, they have a
with?
stable.
Okay, I just couldn't remember if they took them with them.
They have their own horses.
Okay.
Merc had a bluey.
And a horse.
Had.
He had both. Somebody had to carry the giant skull.
He had a portable hole just for that.
Just for that. That's floating in the astral sea. If it had ever rolled to hit the meteor to hit the island Merc was on, it should have been the dragon skull.
Just eventually.
But yeah, I mean, group 1, group 2. What would you like to do?
I mean, if
Zerag really has no reason to stay where he's at. He'd probably just want to get heading home now.
Likewise.
Wynn would bring the girls outside after breakfast and go, "All right, girls, well, these are the other girls." And she gestures, and there's a lineup of 4 ponies. Wynn will go, "All right, starting with the most needy to the least. That's Apple." And Apple will nod her head. "That's Butterscotch." Butterscotch will bow. "That's Pumpkin." Pumpkin will bow. "And that's Blueberry." Blueberry will bow.
Adele will go to the ponies and start petting them.
They seem like they are extremely well groomed. They are fluffy to the touch.
Great. Another
They're so
pony for
soft.
Chug to kill.
Billy wants to go over and give them a pat.
It's
Make a
like
comment about how
Anything
soft
that
they
I
are.
can feed them?
Wynn will go, "Of course," and she starts to pull out various little treats.
Adelaide will feed the pony.
Apple will always try her best to get in the way to eat the treat first and steal the treats from the other ponies.
Oh, Apple, you already got a treat.
Apple's the oldest lady among them. She's real ornery about her treats.
They're very cute.
Oh, I suppose we should I should show you the other stuff. And she's gonna kind of walk off to a little bit of a clearing. And you're gonna see her pull out this like iron cube, and she's gonna toss it out into the yard and go, "Remember to laugh often," as the instant bakery pops out.
Jeeves is just over there with his knife in the dark corner.
"I'm gonna kill this bitch. I'm gonna kill this bitch."
I swear.
I assume the immediate bakery, as soon as it pops up, smells like delicious baked goods.
Oh yeah, and like what's crazy is the fires are already like going. Like the chimney immediately starts smoking. When we go, "Yeah, that was quite a bit of work. I gotta continue on flaming there."
Ooh, that's really cool.
When we go, "Well, I gotta start getting some goods ready. Anybody want to help?"
Millie will be like, "I'll help." She'll push up her sleeves and I assume there's a sink to scrub in.
Adelaide will be like, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna take a little stroll in
Okay.
town.
Of course.
And I'll be back. And she would probably want to go see the cages that was closed. Is that okay?
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go over to like the lizard encampment, lizard folk
Yeah.
encampment.
Yeah.
As you make your way over there, they are already busy like packing up camp. You see that the Coliseum has already begun to be broken down, and things are being packed up. It's quite the commotion. You see that Uthgard and lizard folk alike are helping to break down these encampments, as well as move the Uthgards, their tents and stuff more like inward to replace where the lizard folks were staying, bringing them closer to town. There are a bunch of cages, large and small.
Adelaide will
sizes.
probably find somebody and say, I would happy to help in any way I can if you need help. Is there like Kara?
They, I mean, you can find anybody, and if you offer to help, they gladly accept your help.
Yeah, I'll probably help and whichever they need. And mostly, I'm just curious on what's under those covered cages.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm so bad at those. Yep. That's a 7.
So most of them are already covered, and like their tarps are like tightened down. You can hear the subtle chirps and growls from some of the smaller creatures. You do, however, catch sight of one of the larger cages as the tarp is being wrapped up, resecured. You see one corner kind of catches the wind, flaps up, and inside you see slumbering, seemingly like under some sort of trance, wearing a large collar, or rather, should I say, a set of collars, is this gigantic two-headed tyrannosaur.
Two-headed?
Two-headed.
All right.
And you remember from your time dealing with Ifran and watching his spectacles that he liked to put on, that this creature was his grand finale of exhibitions. And you get a sudden sense of like fear that snakes over you, as you think that should you have faced Ifran in combat, that he more than likely would have employed this creature against you. And then like the flap gets tied down and you can just feel a moment of hot air before it's cinched down.
She'd probably look a little scared, and she'll just carry on what she was helping with, and she's not gonna inquire. She will not inquire about this creature. She's happy that they're leaving, so she's gonna help cooking the process.
Okay. So for the sake of brevity, the day passes as you guys all go about your task. And towards the end of the day, you guys, those who have been here and know Nonar's Hold, see Resig, Bag of Nails, and Zurag cresting the hill, making their way into town. Zurag, you can see the tents of your people now set up in their new position. Communal bonfire has already been lit. And as you approach the keep, the smell of delicious food emanates from inside. As you approach the keep, the doors to the stables thrust open, and Jeeves runs out. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. She's taking over everything. It's all positivity and love and laughter. I disdain it. I despise it. We need spiders and cobwebs in traps. Even the traps are homely. They
Oh,
pop out
no.
and put a sweater on you.
What are you talking about?
The ponies. The ponies are so nice. He just falls down and has a tantrum.
From inside. Now, Mr. Jeeves, I'm gonna have to wash your clothes again.
No, she's bathed me 3 times. Make it stop. End the misery. He's like crawling up your pant legs. Please. Here's my knife. Just cut my throat. End my service.
Wynn's hand will rest on his shoulder. Now, I can bring you back from that too.
No!
Who are you?
Not even death and they skip. Sorry.
Did you
Wynn will-
recognize her voice?
She's evil. Kill her. Quick, get your weapons. Kill her. Back of Nails pulls out his bow. All right, PC, you're going down. I don't care how nice you are.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Calm
Wynn
yourself
holds her
down,
hands up.
Nails.
I feel like Wynn would just be like, "Here, have some pudding," in the bag of
Mr.
nails.
Bag, if I may, would you like some meat pies? I was making them for the lizard folk.
You got any hardtack?
I do actually.
All right, you're all right with me.
How do you like your hardtack? Because I actually can make stuff that isn't as hard, but some people really like to gum it up.
I want to be able to make a fortification with it. I should be able to nail pictures to it. And use
I call
it
that
for
door
weapons.
bread. Let me go get you some door bread.
Oh, I like this person. You got to learn something from this person. Door bread. Eat it. Toughens you up. You guys
I love
enter into the keep.
deeply.
My goodness. Well, I mean, we did tell Jeeves to clean it up, but it looks unusually neat in here.
Billy will be pulling out a couple more meat pies out of the oven as they walk in. Oh, hi guys!
Who picked the decor? It's awful. It looks like my grandmother's house. What is this place?
Oh, don't worry about it, Razzik. You'll get used to it.
So, alright,
At least it's clean.
this is true. This is absolutely true.
And
There's
Jeeves
so
has
many lit
faith.
candles too.
Very
So many
bright.
scented candles.
So, hold up. Stop. Who spoke to my brain?
That was me. You see, Wynn is sweeping up the mud you guys are tracking in.
Explain exactly what you said, but let's start with, since we saw the lizard folk packing up and leaving, let's start with Merc being gone. What did he do? And do I get to say I told you so? What did he do?
Wynn will actually wince at that. And she'll go, you might want to get their story.
Where did he go? What town did he run off to? He
did he
said Ifrin's
leave?
dealt with.
What happened?
Adelaide will this time tell the story as it happened without taking a breath, just like Millie did.
God,
The fourth
You
telling
coulda-
of the story this session.
Yeah.
Would you like a fourth, Vader?
Yeah.
No.
Adelaide will tell
Cut.
what happened.
Cut to the reaction of the said tale.
There was a portable hole and the bag of holding. Everything disappeared.
so somehow Merc stuck his hole inside another hole and vanished.
Poof.
Ressig's just gonna. This goddamn idiot. I knew
He's
something
still
was
alive,
gonna
though, right?
happen.
As far as we know, yeah. We lost all contact with him when he vanished.
He sacrificed himself.
When you say sacrifice, that makes it sound like he's not alive.
But we don't know what happened after he went away.
How could you
Well,
let him do
He
that?
took Ifran with him,
Well, he-
and
It wasn't a lit.
Zareg's getting like visibly angry.
don't get angry, Surag.
I was gonna say, while it's not a surefire thing, I forgot to mention that talking in your head thing I can do. I could potentially reach Merc. Does anybody know his full name?
Marquise Dirigek?
Damn it! I was hoping. I was like, come on. Well, what do you want me to tell him?
Guess that the shaman released Adelaide. Says we won, and we hope he's okay. We'll figure out a way to bring him back.
Let me do this. %5 chance it fails outright.
Yep.
That's a natural 1, essentially.
Yeah. Roll a d100.
I'll say 5 or less. 44.
What do you say?
Oh god, I gotta talk to myself. Oh,
Also, I feel like everybody else should chime in with what they want to have say, and not just be Millie.
what did you guys say for when to say again? Chugman went through an existential crisis of having to talk to himself.
Millie basically just said, Adelaide's free, and we miss you. We're gonna try to bring you back. But that's just Millie, though. So I think this is a full party situation, in my opinion.
Mr. Mert, Adelaide's free, and they're gonna look for a way to bring you back. It looks like they all miss you. Anybody else have anything else to say?
That,
Thank you for
that eats it
bringing
up.
me.
It's 25 words.
I did. I counted. Including
That was
anybody
very fast.
have anything else to say?
Damn it.
Yep.
Merc's dead. As when Swin sends his message out, the only thing you get back in response is the crackling sounds of flame.
I think Wynn's face would fall a little bit. And she'll kind of go, I'm sorry, y'all. I really don't know how to say this. I don't think he's alive anymore.
Hearing that, Zareg is gonna punch the front door and storm out.
Millie will be like, there's Bluey. Bluey will be here, right? And she'll run out the door.
Well, you run to the keep stables, and all that's there are 4 horses and a mad Jeeves. you'd have to go to the town stable, but I don't know if you knew that. Oh yeah, you do. You were there.
I was there.
So you run all the way to Bluey, and as you come into the stable, there is the stable hand woman is there. She's like, well, good morning, Mistress Huntlord. How are you on this fine morning? This evening.
Yeah.
How are you on this fine evening?
Really be out of breath. Good evening. We left horses with you. And a blue thing.
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
see them?
Of course. Yeah, they're right in here. And you walk in and you pass one of the horses that's got his muzzle in a bowl full of oats, chomping down. The other one is, as you pass, it just kind of stands there and kind of whinnies a little bit as you pass. Then you get down to the stable that Bluey was in, and they are currently laying down, not moving.
Millie will walk over. I assume that there was some sort of snack, like sitting out, I guess, maybe. So she'll just grab
Sure.
something. She'll walk over and she'll be like, "Hey, Bluey, how you doing, buddy?" And like she'll like hold it out and like put like a hand on Bluey.
You feel their torso rise slightly, and just like a deep exhale of air comes from their nose. It disperses some of the hay and dirt on the ground, but their eyes do not open.
Come on, Bluey, get up.
There's a moment, and the head lifts slightly as the eyes open partially, and through semi-closed lids, you can see that the brightness of this creature's eyes have begun to fade. They're almost milked over, as if blindness has taken them. There's a slight rumble from their chests as they acknowledge your presence.
So Millie would probably take this as like Merc's gone, right?
Seems to be whatever magic has brought this creature into being is quickly dissipating.
Bluey, when you see Merc, you let him know that we miss him. Okay. He was supposed to keep us safe. He promised. He promised that he would be there for us. He did so good. He wanted to make sure us mages were safe. Merc, you can hear me through Bluey. I know we weren't together very long. And I know it's probably a little weird. You were like a dad to me. Mine left a long time ago. And your strong presence kept us together. I know that everybody else is gonna miss you too. But your antics and slipping and sliding and falling down and getting back up and just keep trying. You being the frontline medic, my backline medic. And just being able to talk with you and listening to your story. it's going to be hard without you here. I'm gonna really miss you, Mark. Be strong wherever you are. She's gonna give Bluey a hug.
There's a groan from Bluey as it struggles to lift its head and nuzzles its head onto your shoulder as you hug its neck. And you feel that presence of Bluey get a little heavier, as if more weight is put down on you. You kind of slump a little bit under the weight of this creature. And as you hug it tightly, suddenly that weight is released. And you pull back from this hug to an empty stable. Matted down hay where Bluey once was. One single scale remains in its place.
She's gonna take it in her hands. She's gonna hold it, and then she's gonna stay there for a little while, crying in the stable. Try not to be too obvious to the stable hand, but she's able to compose herself and blot her tears with her handkerchief. She's gonna return back to the keep, very as slowly walking in the long way as she can. Obviously thanking the stable hand, and then probably giving her some sort of tip.
You see she shyly takes it, trying not to be obvious that she overheard, but you see her give you a sympathetic look and a sly smile, and goes back to her duties as you leave. You walk through town, taking the long way back to the keep. It's changed so much over the course of a day. You had arrived the day prior to the sounds of thundering dinosaur footsteps and the roar of crowd. Liveliness unseen for some time here at Elnar's Hold. And now things have shifted a little bit to a more solemn feel. More so because the people you do pass seem to be a little upset that their source of entertainment is now gone. But still, there's a jovial nature. But as you pass the Uthgard tents, you can see that this seems to be just another step for them. You can hear talks of fortifying the town, really preparing themselves, and trying to find allies for their upcoming battle. A battle that you guys will no doubt have some time, or some part in, rather. But as you head towards the keep, you see that the clouds have become wispy and seem to dance along the skies like ripples of wheat in a gentle breeze. And you watch as one particular wisp of rather light-colored for the time of night seems to travel towards the northeast in the direction that you hope to go. You make your way in to the keep, where your comrades are, both old and new. And as you reconvene with them, I ask you, Hunt Lords, and Win, what is next? Where do you go from here? I will bring you to the map.
Ressig would have disappeared for a long time. But we eventually come back together.
Would you like to narrate what Ressick does while they're gone?
Ressig's gonna try and find a place, because the hold has upper floors, and she's gonna try and find her way to the topmost point. And just scream. Cursing Merc for being an idiot. And then just sort of slump down in the cold and sit there for a while. Iltris just kind of perched on the shoulder, holding the small bronze figurine that he found. It was his dad's. Her dad's.
If I may, if Wynn heard somebody screaming from the top of the keep, she'd probably knock on the door to wherever Ressick is, very gently. May I have a moment?
Yeah.
Wynn's gonna come in, kind of approach Ressick, go, I just met you, Miss Ressick, but it looks like y'all are going through a lot. It ain't much, but I always knew that, you know, when you're really hurting, sometimes a little something good can help a lot. It can mean a little bit. It'll mean a lot. I have some crumble cake. It's especially in my hometown, Red Larch. She's gonna hold up like this little cake.
Thank you, Ben. We might have to have a discussion about your hometown. But I don't know about now. But I do thank you for the cake. And thank you for helping Millie and Adelaide when they were by themselves. Told that.
Well, of course. It's just the right thing to do, right?
Yeah. I told that fool this wouldn't have worked. I stayed away to help out with something that didn't even matter. Problem's not solved. Slowed down for the time being.
Well, seems like then you did something that mattered.
Yeah. He's still gone. He died a second time. And I didn't get a chance to save him for coming to help me.
Lynn will kind of give Ressig's hand a pat. She'll go, it ain't always the end. Maybe we can find a way to help him.
Ressig pulls out the flame tongue longsword and just kind of sits there with it in her lap. And you would hear them say in halfling, "Forsaken in flames," as the flames kind of wreath the blade. We'll find some way to make his sacrifice worthwhile. And in halfling, he'll tell you thank you. She will tell you thank you.
And will nod. She'll leave. She's not going to ask the question of, you speak halfling like a native. Now does not seem like the time.
Now, when you leaving that crumble cake with Ressig, and Ressig, as you hold this cake in your hands, speaking, and you're speaking in your native tongue, it brings you back to Red Larch. You remember every time you came into town from out in the woods, you would always smell the inviting smell of fresh crumble cakes being cooked as you passed the bakery there. And perhaps you sit there and you think about those days and the conversation that you had with Zurag earlier, and this day, where you feel like you need to tell your sister that Ressig is gone. And perhaps you ponder on that conversation and how it may go. But we'll leave you there. Zurag, you had left before all of this.
Yes.
Do you go anywhere in particular? Do anything?
He runs out to the woods and goes into a feral rage. Basically, he's just goes on a hunt of his own, I guess. Just trying to let out some of his anger.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
It's 13.
As you go out into the woods, your mind flooded with anger over the thought of losing Merc. Your senses seem to kick into overdrive as you give way to a prey drive that seems to well up inside you. Normally you use an axe to fight, but you store it as you go into a rage. And usually you have to choose which part of you becomes more bestial, whether it be your fangs, your claws, or just a tail. But this time, they all manifest. And it's the closest you've ever felt to going full lycanthrope mode. It's something that you've always struggled with as you lived with your tribe, the Grey Wolf tribe. Something that you were always chastised for. You were never fully able to manifest your wolven form. But in this moment, you feel close to it, and you feel something within you, a light. Something that you haven't felt since the night after you were brought back from death. And images of trees and bushes and grass flash by you as you are just hurtling through the woods, chasing after the scent of something. And we see through your vision, the more and more you run, you start on two legs, begin to lower, and end up running on all fours. You watch as the vision through your eyes begins to blur and almost paint over red. the greens that are fading into the whites of the snow and the the dead snow-covered bark, the fainter tones of winter just become awash in red. We can see your hot breath emanating through the corners of your vision as you run and run, turning left, right, bursting through bushes. And as you burst through a final thicket, you come across something, and we pan out from there and just hear the sounds of a hunt, of a predator catching its prey. And some birds that were roosting in the tree flutter up into the sky. You all return back to the keep. And I ask you again, what is the next step? What are your plans for the next day?
Spending the time up there thinking about what Wynn said and those kind of memories of home brings something back to Ressig that he hadn't really, we've been so focused on other things. She still doesn't know what happened to her parents. And the last word they got was Shadowtop Cathedral. Somehow that reminder of Red Large sparked that urge to have hope. At least know for sure that whether or not what he thought happened. And he would bring that up to everyone else. I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
I just met y'all. I really am just a helping hand, if I may.
I think tomorrow we should just take it easy. Stay here. Get some things in order. I think we've all had a rough few weeks.
We might not have a body, but we should do a ceremony for him. Or a shrine or something.
I ran to the stables and as Blue is disappearing, she'll pull out the scale. This was left in the stable. And then I don't know if Adelaide or I took Merc's amulet, but we've got his amulet too.
I picked it up. I probably have given it to you if you wanted it.
And
Because
I'll
you were
pull it
kind of
out,
looking
too.
for it.
the blacksmith had
It's-
his armor. Set something up. Did we ever know that Merc was from the Underdark?
I mean, he was a Dwagar.
I think he mentioned it
guy.
when Scuttles died,
Oh, yeah.
which I actually intended to mention, but I forgot.
Maybe we could set
Yeah,
him up something in his... Might not be his home. We have that basement area. It's only for the Hunt Lords. Underground.
Bury me in the basement.
It's underground. You're you might have died as a dragonborn, but you were a Dwergar. Ressig is not a extensively great thinker, so he thinks, underground. Set up a little shrine. And maybe set up a better better elevator.
Oh, there you go.
There is no elevator right
Chains, not
We'll
ropes.
make an elevator in loving memory of Murky's Dergak.
Gotta get that inspected by Cherry Berry.
I agree, we can rest. But where to next? I would still like to go to Shadowtop Cathedral. But we also have a letter in that we can from Tamlin to bring to Everland. Some kind of reward for helping them in the Evermores. I didn't ask what it was. Just we deliver it and they do us. They give us something there.
Kind of when I go to Silvery Moon. I have a feeling to get some answers about my family and our past.
Maybe somebody there could answer some questions also about the giants, if anyone else knows anything about what's going on, because this is 3 types of giants we've encountered thus far, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. Maybe somebody knows who the hell Duke Zalto is. Yeah, Zalto. And why he's looking for something. That brings up another point. What the hell are we gonna do with this? Giant fucking dowsing rod.
Lynn will kind of blink at that. And she'll go, it might be a little beyond my ability, but don't people use those to get around, like, to other planes?
This one... I'll explain how we found it, and that there were those holes dug all over the place that we didn't really understand or get any kind of information about. And I don't know if they were trying to get to another plane. Some I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, I'm pretty sure we don't want them to get this. If they want it, let's assume we don't want to give it to them.
Lynn will kind of nod at that. That seems like a smart thing to do.
But we can't carry it around, it's too big. And the one thing we had that it would fit in is now gone. In the astral plane.
I got a carriage.
Well, that helps, I guess.
So, I mean, we could stick stuff in the back and people can ride along if we gotta travel, but I don't really think we could take the carriage to Shadowtop. We might have to walk that one.
We can come back there. It'd be nice to know before we go to Silvery Moon, though. I have news to bring. And I'd like the news to be accurate.
I say we go to Shadowtop first. I mean, it's all kind of along the way, too.
Thank you, Win. I'll leave it up to everyone else, though, as well.
It is on the way where I want to go, so I'm down.
Kinda. The road would probably be the easier way to go, but just not detours too far. Did we ever get a decent map of this area? Something that we could kind of see, because on the map it shows a little river that seems to go from Noanar's Hold to Shadowtop. Could use that as like a guide to follow.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't know exactly where Shadowtop is.
Nope.
You're like acting on approximate knowledge.
Okay. One more thing.
But we would see the river from the town, right?
Yeah, you see the river, but you haven't been told that river runs by Shadowtop. The last you guys know was that Shadowtop was north of where you were being from the Dryads area. And I mean, High Forest is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So although you can see it on the map here, you guys as characters don't know how many days you'll be traveling through the forest.
Well, my question was more of, do we have like, it's approximately in that hex, like it's vaguely here.
No, like I said, you guys not been. They weren't like, go by the river. It's up there. It's. You guys were way down here, like in this hex, and they're like, go north.
So we basically think it could be like anywhere in here.
Yeah, I mean, or it could be way over here or way over here.
Well,
It's one of those things where it's not like people will be like, "Oh, I know where Shadowtop is." Like,
well, because then this would lead to Witten saying, though I do have to ask, Miss Ressig, do you know exactly where we would be going?
I'd love it if I did, but can't say that I do. We were given a direction when we were much farther in the High Forest. It could be anywhere in the north of the forests. And I don't know if anyone around here would know.
Maybe we spend tomorrow asking around, and we can't really get good directions. I mean, Silver Moon's a big city. We could probably find directions there. But it would be kind of passing it to then have to go back. But I mean,
It would save us a lot of time, though, because if we wander around looking for it, we could be out there for days, weeks, and never find anything, because we don't know where to look.
Wynn will nod at that. So, Silvery Moon then?
Well, when I talked to the High Seeress, she did make a comment about not knowing how long like the information would be valid for, so if we could go there first, I wouldn't be opposed.
Still have to find allies for the tribe, too. That seems like a good place to start with that as well.
I'm gonna kind of look over everybody. Well, as I said, I got a carriage. It's good on the roads, so. Big fellow, you might have to stoop some.
She's talking to Zurag. He won't really say anything. He's still just with his thoughts.
Oh, also, every single person in this room has like a cup of hot cocoa, because they're all going through it. So, like, Wynn has poured everybody like something.
I imagine it's a cup of hot chocolate and like homemade blankets just wrapped us around.
Everybody has like a knitted wool blanket over their shoulders.
And you made her a
Except for
young
Jeeves.
halfling,
He's
which is-
muffled. Yeah.
She should be like this crotchety old lady.
Yeah, Jeeves has a blanket, but he's mad at how comfy he finds it.
We still have the problem of the cube that Jeeves let out, apparently.
Well, I actually made friends. I actually made friends with it.
She figured out a way to make a blanket for it that doesn't get dissolved.
So it seems like we might know a direction of where we're heading, but it definitely sounds like you guys want to take at least the next day to relax and plan a little more. So I think as you guys sit around sipping on your cocoa, each with your own thoughts playing out in your mind, wrapped in a nice comfy handmade blanket, we will end tonight's session there. And we'll continue on next time.
Good. Lots of fun. Thank you, Vader.
Thank you guys. I love a good roleplay episode. We will pick up next time and see where the Hunt Lords and Wynn decide to go. And we'll see y'all then. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. Sorry for the late start and the short session tonight, but
Not that short.
life.
Only a half hour.
Shorter than it usually is. But either way, I am Vader the Mad. This has been Reign of Storms, brought to you by the Disorderly Decisions crew. Hug your loved ones. And remember to live, laugh, and love.
You shut your damn mouth.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Night.